Is the federal government's food task force to bring down the soaring prices? That's what we're focusing on today. We're joined by Prince Wale Oyekoya, who is the chairman of Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industries Agric Sector. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Good morning.
And interestingly, you're also MD of your own farm.
Yes, definitely.
Now, when we heard this, the federal government has set up a committee to ensure that they bring down the prices of food, the different things that go through different people's minds. What went through your mind when you heard that?
It was like, what is all this? Is this what we need right now? I think the way they are coming, they have
Is what we need? Bringing down food prices, or the committee to bring down food prices?
You can only control what you produce. You can only control what you have really assisted people for. Farmers have been really suffering in this country, and there's no doubt about it, the prices will keep on going up as long as the government refuses to listen to the think tank of agricultural sector. What I mean by that by the food processors, the real farmer, the agricultural economists, and the stakeholders. Look at there's nothing wrong to set up a task force to really monitor the prices. That's why we said there should be a price control. We used to have the Commodity Exchange Control Board. Where are they today? So
are they not still there?
It's not functioning. It's not
even
accurate.
On paper.
Just on papers. But we need to go beyond the talk. We have to walk our talk. And if you have to remember that you cannot just blame farmers. It's what they are able to buy that they will sell. It's what they are able to produce that they bring to the market. Look at the high cost of so many things in this country. It wasn't the fault of the farmers. Look at the exchange rate of Naira to dollar, 1 to 500. Remember that the farmers might be in the rural area, but they wear clothes.
So why is food so expensive in the market? I mean, one would want to think that a place like Nigeria, with 70% of the population being agrarian,
yes,
and with the government's determination to use agriculture to diversify the economy even further, why is the food prices keeps going up every other day?
It will keep on going up because we are not producing enough, and the environment is not conducive for farmers, not only for farmers, even with other sectors. Let us face the fact. A farmer that have a tractor will have to use diesel. A farmer that have feed mill will have to use diesel. And some of these vehicles we use diesel. This time of last year, diesel cost is about 145. Look at it today, 270, as high as 300 in some areas. So these are impending costs that is raising the price of foodstuffs. And at the same time, the government are not following the plan that we gave to them, the roadmap that we gave to them that, listen, these people were new in the government. We approached them that, listen, if you want us to get out of the hook from the high cost of the food production, this is what you need to do. Sorry. Let the farmers be able to go into the farm. I mean, like the agri sector of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Poultry Association of Nigeria, or Farmers Association of Nigeria, we have bodies and we have cooperatives. And that was after that the former president, Obasanjo, rolled out his own plan. None of these plans were implemented. I went to the presidency another time that, listen, if you are going to really diversify the economy, which is the real main theme of the present administration, that we need to diversify into agriculture. But it cannot just be diversifying in the spread of the newspaper. What you need to do is to encourage farmers by giving them free seed. There's nothing wrong to give free seed. If you really want to diversify your economy, I'm talking of inputs. All these fertilizers now.
But the Minister for Agriculture, Aldogbe, has repeatedly said that new seeds are being provided to the farmers, and
it is not so, my brother. I'm on the field.
Did you not get the seed?
We are not getting the seed. We are not getting the fertilizers. Now they are talking that the fertilizer is going to be 5,000 naira. It's even more expensive than what we have been getting, like 3,500. And this fertilizer will not get to the real farmer. By the time we get to the real farmer, the season to plant is already gone. There are so many things going on that if we don't get ourselves and our priorities straight, we keep on having the same problem. Look at so many things. There's no soft loan for farmers. All this anchor border they are talking about, they target on rice. Is it only rice we eat in this country? And where is even the rice in the country? 80% of the food, not to talk of rice that we are talking about today, are being imported. You like it or not? Go to the local market, you can never find our local rice. The one you are going to find are even more expensive.
Why?
Because we are not producing, and there are so many problems, like the insecurity.
You see, that's the problem. The government has said that they are aiding you to improve your production lines. And you were saying, on the other hand, that you're not getting this stuff.
Yes.
And you're also complaining of even if you get it, it's inadequate because of the population that we have to feed, over 150 million people in this country.
Yes.
What must the government do to meet your needs now, just so that your production improves and we're able to meet the demands?
First of all, let me start on the task force that was set. Look at the set of the people that are put in the task force. When was the last time these people were in the market? You are talking about all these ministers listed to be the task force. You understand? You have to deal with the real people in this sector, like farmers. 80% of our farmers are in the rural areas. Look at the people they put in the task force. They all live in the city of Abuja. So first of all, the intention is already defeated. I have to understand that Nigeria doesn't want to hear all these things. They are hungry and they're angry. And a hungry man is an angry man. The government, see, a lot of people supported this government, no doubt about it, including you and myself, because we exercise our right to vote for them. But now they are doing their own way. They have forgotten that they are coming back, that they are not there on their own way. We voted for them, and at the same time, if you really want to support farmers, you have to support them with money, which is funding. You can never go to any banks now and get single digits for farming. It's about 26–28%.
What happened to the 5% interest rate plan that the Minister of Agriculture was pursuing with the banks?
This has always been plans for the past 2 years. If you keep on planning for the past 2 years, you have 2 years to go. So when is it going to be implemented? We have so many policies that have not been really implemented. And farmers in this country have really been shortchanged. And that is why you see that many of the farmers are folding up in many folds in this country now. Instead of a lot of people going to farmers, the people that are really there that have not been really encouraged are folding up. So there are so many impending problems that really need to be solved. Look at all the insecurity we have today, the Boko Haram, especially the herdsmen. I was expecting the federal government to say they are setting up a task force to checkmate all these herdsmen that are killing innocent farmers. A lot of farmers, especially in the Benue State, Adamawa, all kinds of states are folding up. They don't want to go to the farming because you just be farming. You see all these herdsmen bring their cow and be slaughtering people like cow. So a lot of things need to be done. And if all these things are not checked, we will keep on having a high cost of staple food in this country.
I like to imagine that before you made the recommendation to the presidency, the security challenge had not escalated as it did much later.
Sure.
What were the recommendations you made to them?
The recommendation we made them was that encourage farmers to produce. And in any non-climate, the federal government or the government, either the state or the local government or federal government, are supposed to buy most of this produce from the farmers. They go back to the farm and give them another seed to go and plant. You understand? Give them free fertilizers. Because you see, most of the money that has been embezzled in this sector is not to give free inputs, free fertilizer to farmers. That way you have a bomber harvest.
So you want free seed to farmers and free fertilizer?
Free fertilizer, and support them with soft loan. We keep on hearing about 5% loan. No farmer is getting 5% loan. I'm very in touch with most of these farmers. It's all nothing but in the spread of the newspaper. And we have to go beyond. If you go back to the Minister of Agriculture, they'll tell you that the money is not available. So there are so many problems that need to be solved. And in terms of the security that you are talking about, it creates fear into the investors, even foreign investors, that, oh, if you go to farming in Nigeria, you'll be kidnapped. The kidnapping issue is there, the killing of by the headmen is there, the Boko Haram in the northeast is there. So it's like the whole country is destabilized, and that's why Nigerians are so angry and they are so hungry and they want the right thing to be done.
Do you believe that the task force set up by the government will succeed in its aim to reduce the food prices?
It will not, until we increase our production. And the only way you can increase in production if you get more people into the farming, not just people, the youths.